Jake, I went golfing this past week. You proud of me?
That's awesome.
It was really fun. We went. It was my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, Brad, and a fifth guy.
I don't know how many people you just named.
5. And a fifth guy. There were 2 brother-in-laws, Brad, Gary, father-in-law, and then a fifth guy. Have you ever played with 5?
Yeah.
I thought that was always 4. I didn't know.
Most commonly it is 4.
Okay. This course has 5, and we were like kind of worried, like, okay, what's going to happen here? Most of my father-in-law is really good at golf. The rest of us have not played ever, really. And we're like, this poor fifth guy, what are we going to expect out of him? He walks up.
So you just got paired up with him randomly?
Randomly, yeah.
Wow.
My father-in-law like recognized his name, like said they went to church together 15 years ago, hadn't seen him in a long time. He comes up to the course. The dude is tall, like 6'6". Learned later that he got drafted by both the MLB and the NFL.
Holy cow.
And I was like, okay, this guy is a stud. Like, this guy's cool. Walks up and I was like, this is going to go so terribly for him. Turns out he was the most kind, perfect person to play golf with for people like us, because every single time we ever hit one, I mean, the very first swing for one of my brother-in-laws off the tee, he whiffed it. And I mean, this guy was so kind. Breakfast ball, all that stuff. At the beginning, our irons, we were just like hitting them straight into the ground, like ground balls. That's all right. You hit one straight. He went straight. It's going somewhere.
You had the line.
Yeah.
You knew where to go.
He's been there. He's been a member of the course for 30 years. Hey, I've been playing this course 30 years. There's nowhere I haven't hit it before. There's no shot I haven't seen before. You're fine. At least, hey, everyone's got to start somewhere.
Hey, forward progress.
Forward progress, yeah.
I think I've said that on the golf course before.
He's like, I played football. Forward progress is a good thing.
He's just the ultimate nice guy.
He was the kindest man. I told Catherine later, I was like, if everyone in Texas was like that guy, I'd move to Texas in a heartbeat.
Really?
I love David. His name was David. He was the man.
Nice guy, David.
Yeah, genuinely so fun to play with. One of those guys that, like, when he hit it, though, and he did poorly, he would get so frustrated at himself, even though it was, like, a pretty nice shot.
Right.
It was a par 3, and he hit it on the green, but it was, like, pretty far, like, away from the hole. He was frustrated. But at the same time, like, we hit it somewhat straight. He's like, that's great contact.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought to myself, like, how ridiculous could we push it as far as, like, is he still going to be positive throughout everything that we're doing here? So, yeah, I just thought about at least it's going straight, like you said. We all got to start somewhere. You swung the club forward, which is the right way to swing it. It's like, yeah. Hey, you know which way you're supposed to be pushing the ball.
You went backwards and then forwards.
Yeah.
Good job, Brad. Hey, Brad, you're bad at golf? That's because you're a great dad.
Yeah.
You don't have time to be going to the range every day. You're with your kids.
You can tell, man, you're a great dad. Yeah.
This guy over here is a scratch golfer, 2 divorces.
Yeah, that guy's a terrible person.
Yes, but it's good that you're bad at golf.
He did tell me
you're a good husband.
At one point, he's like, I can tell you play baseball. And I was like, I don't know if that's a compliment or, not. He's like, soft hands, just like a baseball player. I was like,
soft hands? What are you turning 2 out there?
What else did he say? You whiff the ball. That's okay. Hey, natural AC out there on the course.
Wow, Brad, I've never seen a golf club slip out of someone's hand and end up in someone else's golf cart. I thought I'd seen it all out here.
That's amazing,
That
man.
was great. Must
the
play baseball.
accuracy that you have with that thing,
Must
man.
have done a bat flip.
Hey, at least you look good in your row back, At least you're looking good in that row back, buddy.
You're not, pulls the sweat right off your body.
Right.
Whoa, Brad, I've never seen a car that nice get hit before. You broke the windshield of a G-Wagon.
I bet that guy has really good insurance,
And how often you get to meet the owner of a G-Wagon?
Right.
You're lucky.
You are lucky, my friend.
That's sweet.
Oh, man. Yeah. Hey, it's okay to, I hear that going and walking through that tall grass exfoliates your leg hair. So just go in there and just have some fun, all right?
Hey. Yeah, you're the lucky one. Wow, Brad. The way you talk to that cart girl, I've never seen somebody sexually harass someone like that. That was awesome. That was so good, Brad.
I don't have anything to follow that up with. Play the music. I'm uncomfortable. I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast. The cart girl, man. Has it ever been a boy? A cart girl?
I was
boy?
just telling Isaac that this past weekend. I was like, why don't they have cart boys?
You know. Oh, you know.
I think they would, I don't know. I bet they could do a great job.
Yeah. I've only golfed, a handful of times in my life, but I always get a little bit, not uncomfortable about the girl themselves, but just like how quickly I feel like I need to make the decision. I don't know. Golf is like a slow game, but it's also like there's always somebody coming up behind you. And so I never know what options they have. I'm always like, just give me, some kind of Gatorade and a water.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just choose stuff.
Yeah.
And they just kind of hand you stuff. And they say, yeah, that's great.
That's great.
And then no one ever has exact change. And then they say, oh, my credit card machine's down. You just Venmo me. And you're like, that sounds a little sketchy.
You can do Venmo.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. But then it's like, hey, it's needing to like require like the last 4 digits of your number. And then it seems like you are hitting on them.
Yeah.
It's like,
and what were the first 3 digits just for my own record?
Yeah.
And area code is probably the same as the one in the golf course, right? Okay.
Yeah, we did that with... I think we talked about it on the podcast. We did that with Isaac one time or something like that.
I kind of remember vaguely when you said like the last 4. I love the idea of like, you just start a relationship on Venmo with the cart girl. Like you just send her $1 and you're just like, hey, just curious if you're interested in meeting up for dinner later.
Yeah, or it's just a way like if you're just like thirsty, like, hey, we're on hole 15.
Oh yeah,
we're dying out here.
That's
I
a way.
Send you $10. Can you come out and like if you're still working?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I typically go no Venmo, just cash.
Straight
credit
cash.
Card machines down.
It was nice. I mean, we were at my father-in-law's home course, and so we just gave him his code every time.
Oh, that's nice.
So I kept being like, I kept pulling out the wallet. Like, Gary, can I pay for this one? No. Not promo code. Promo code GRKC20 for Roback 20% off. No, here's my code.
I golfed with Aaron Tuning from St. Andre Golf. And we're both sponsored by Long Drink. And so whenever the cart girl come up, he's like, you have any long drink? And like look at me and wink. And she's like, what? He's like,
dang it.
Nothing. I'll just take a Powerade.
Someday they'll have long drink, baby.
Yeah, it's the fastest growing seltzer in the world right now. Oh, whose computer just went off?
Mine. Beau spilled. Catherine just texted me. Let's see if I can pull it up. Now my computer's going too slow. It's Beau's first day of Mother's Day out. That's why I was a little bit late getting the kids out the door. He's supposed to be potty trained, and he's definitely like 3/4 of the way there. He's holding it in, but he's not initiating contact.
A fourth of it still comes out.
Yeah, kind of. She said Beau spilled the water wow pin all over his pants right before we got there, so he had to change into his extra pants. So now he has no extra pants for his first day. Oh, the plot thickens on Mother's Day out with Beau.
The pressure's on. Are the lights too bright for Beau's pants? That's what the people are asking.
He was so excited. He thought he was going to Mother's Day out. Like Catherine, of course, was great. Great mom, great wife. Packed all his stuff for Mother's Day out before we left for Texas, just so she'd be ready when we got home last night.
That's great.
And so he thought, when we were leaving for Texas that morning, he thought he was going to Mother's Day out. And so we had to break to him. It's like, no, it's actually like 6 days away, but it'll be
Texas
awesome.
right now.
Yeah. He's so excited. And so we'll see. He's a firecracker right now. But
speaking of you and Catherine, you sent me a text last night. Did you mean to include Catherine on that text?
Oh.
Do you even realize what you've done?
No, I didn't. I meant to include Rachel.
I figured.
Oh, what? Whatever. She has not even told me anything about it. That's funny.
I didn't reply because I was like, I don't know if I don't want there to be another option or another.
Can you undo text? Is it too late?
Try it. Yeah, Brad sent me and Catherine a text and said, hey, triplets.
Shoot.
This fun idea to surprise Catherine with some stuff. And I was like, I don't know if this is supposed to go to us.
Initially, I texted I was going to text just you, and I was like, I should include Rachel too. Sometimes that helps because then you're going to have to coordinate schedules anyway. Oh, man.
Because I told Rachel, I was like, hey, what'd you think about Brad's text? She's like, at night we can do that. She's like, what do you mean Brad's text? I was like, I don't know. And then sure enough, you had texted me and Catherine.
I think there's like a statute of limitations on when you can take back a text.
The main thing is that every user needs to have the updated iOS.
She does not. I guarantee you. There's no way she does. There's no way she has the updated. There's no way she has whatever. If it's iOS 11, she has iOS 6. She's not even close. But that's okay. I mean, it wasn't like that big of a surprise. It was just one of those things. It was like, it'd be nice for her not to have to worry about, the stress of, oh, we got to do this or I got to look this way. It's like, hey, Jake and Rachel are here. We're going to go to a movie.
Yeah.
So.
Rachel and I have been talking movies lately. Barbie and Oppenheimer coming out soon.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun.
I haven't seen previews for Barbie, but I mean, whatever. It's two great actors.
See, I haven't seen any previews for Oppenheimer, I did a project on all of that, like
Yeah.
in like 8th grade. So like, yeah, I think I know I'm getting into. It'll be good. Christopher Nolan, good enough. Don't need to see it.
Sure.
Barbie, I was like, maybe I should watch a preview
Yeah.
because it's like it's still Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, but
You told me it looked good, and so that's why I'm basing off of you.
I think I said it reminded me a lot of the plot of Elf. It's like they live in this perfect world,
Okay.
and then they get put in the real world and they have to adjust.
Yeah. So that's what it is. It's like they like live. Okay, I didn't realize that.
I think it's like they're Barbie characters. They leave the Barbie whatever mansion. I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
Barbie
Playhouse.
penthouse, playhouse, yeah. And then they're in the real world, and then they have to adjust. And
Fun.
kind of reminded me of Elf. So I don't know.
I bet it's just like Elf in every way.
I bet they eat gum off the sidewalk.
Yes. Gosh, what a movie. All right. What do we want to talk about first, Jake? You've been everywhere.
Yeah, I got like 1,000 things written down. It's been like 9 days since we recorded. I mean, I've done stand up. I've been to the lake. It's been the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Take your pick. Where do we start?
I like going chronologe. Let's start with stand up.
Chronologe, stand up. We did Charlotte.
Chronologe.
Chronologe.
Sorry for interrupting.
Charlotte, Nashville, Atlanta, really good cities, really fun weekend, only 3 days. And golf during the day. It was awesome. Just one show at night, ghosties every night. We have all these gifts here on the table that we'll open up. We got Brad in the fake plants in the back. He's staring up at us. So everyone was great. All the shows were awesome. The Nashville show was at the Ryman, which like anyone like 40 and older was like, you're doing the Ryman?
Dude, I thought that.
Yeah, honestly, maybe it's not even an age thing. It's just me being ignorant. Everyone else knew it but me.
Every time I've ever like listened to like Nate Bargatze, John Chris, like all these guys, like, yeah, and then I got to do the Ryman. Like I felt like I made it. And I was like, so when I saw you in Nashville, I didn't think twice about it. And then I saw you were at the Ryman, I was like, holy cow. Like this is like kind of like the pinnacle, I feel like, for a lot of the comics who know that kind of
Probably. And I was just none the wiser. I had no idea what I was getting into, but it was awesome. It's cracked up to be. It's super old. It's basically an old church. It's where the original Grand Ole Opry used to be, apparently.
Right.
And so they still do museums. Like while we're sound checking, there's just people walking around, getting their picture taken.
Really?
So it was really cool, really historical, a lot of security. And just the venue itself was so jam-packed because it's like church pews.
Yeah.
So, I think Lucas made the joke. He's like, armrests take up a lot of space.
Dude.
Because without armrests, people are sitting on top of each other.
Yes.
And so it was crazy. It was the wildest, just like optical illusion because we're at this huge place the night before in Charlotte that holds 2,400. And then we go to this tiny church. And Trey was like, this holds 2,400. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
This holds the same amount as this huge amphitheater we're in.
Dude, that's how Allen Fieldhouse doesn't have.
Yeah.
Like they have like one little section that has bleachers for Kansas basketball. Like, and everything else is just, little seats. And like we've talked about before, like they're pretty small little like sections for where you're supposed to sit. And yeah, it holds 16,000 plus.
That's
and
crazy.
It's so much more fun because it's just like everyone's on top of each other. Everyone's going nuts. Yeah, it's the same exact idea. You're right. It's amazing how much those armrests can take
over
up.
and over and over. Yeah, they take up a lot of space.
They compound on each other.
It's so no armrest. It was just the loudest feedback I've ever felt while performing.
Oh,
I could have
awesome.
gone for 3 hours.
You should have just like
I just do
kept
something.
going.
Yeah.
Who's gonna stop you? Trey's not gonna go out there,
Trey did run
just
out.
turn off your mic.
Maybe Trey ran out the Atlanta show, which this wasn't totally his fault. Like our DJ, it wasn't Michael. He's back with Dude Perfect. New DJ. He kind of jumped the gun, didn't play the intro video that he's normally supposed to play, and just all of a sudden was like, give it up for Trey Kennedy. So Trey's like, oh my gosh, I'm going on stage right now. Runs out there with no microphone. It just doesn't even notice that he doesn't have a microphone. He waves with both hands.
He's just doing like the president wave. Like,
hello! Just waving.
Yeah.
And we all notice it. We're like, Trey! He has no idea, just basking in it. And then eventually he's like, oh my gosh, he looks down, he has a microphone. And like runs off to the side and we hand him one.
that's
that's kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, the Ryman was just awesome. It was just felt so easy. You just get out there and it's just so loud. Wow, a lot of moms here. Just erupts. It's like the funniest joke I've ever heard.
That pumps me up, dude.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. One of those shows where you feel like, why am I not on Netflix? After that, and then the next
Was
show.
it like a Mount Rushmore of shows for you, for sure?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That because people love to ask, like, what's been your favorite venue? What's been your favorite show? And it's kind of hard. I don't know.
They blend together probably.
Yeah, and just they're all good for the most part. They're almost all sold out. Every city I love. there's something memorable at all of them. I feel like I never have a good answer for people.
Yeah.
But now, if nothing else, I can please them and say the rhyme in Nashville.
And no one will be offended if you say Nashville. Like, I feel like Nashville, as far as entertainment goes, is like, Nashville. Like, everyone loves Nashville. You know, if you're like, you know, I loved
Salem, Oregon.
I love Madison, Wisconsin. And they're like, okay, well, really? I actually know some people from Madison. I hate those people. like Nashville, it's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I love Nashville.
Yeah. The Ryman, yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, Ryman.
Yeah, sure. Dude, that's fun.
Was it incredibly, incredibly hot last weekend in Texas for you?
Yes, it was supposed to be like crazy hot, and there was cloud cover for some of the days, but it was supposed to be like temperature wise was supposed to be like 105, 110 or something. And I think it ended up being like in the high 90s or something.
I didn't know if it was just this widespread
it was crazy
heat thing.
Kansas was like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because in Nashville and Atlanta, it was like, am I getting older? Or am I getting more like sensitive to the heat? Or is this the hottest it's ever been? It was crazy. I mean, anyone I talked to that day, like, you going to join Nashville? You see some honky tonks? Like, no, we went golfing. You went golfing in this today? Yeah, me and Isaac, 18 holes.
Dude,
and it was hot.
Yeah. Of course. It's hot. It's hot. It's summer. Hot. It's July.
I was in Roback. It was fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Roback. Yeah, totally. That's what I'm like. Catherine's family is from Texas. And so I understand when they're like, oh, it's 30 degrees. It's so cold. And I'm like, you're such a baby about the cold. Like, get over it. But I understand you're not used to it. They are babies about the heat too. Like I get there and I'm like, if it's like 95 degrees and Catherine's like, oh, it's crazy how hot it is. And I'm like, suck it up. You gotta choose one or the other.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you felt this for the first like 24 years of your life every summer, yeah?
And in Kansas, it's that hot. Like,
it's like, humid here.
That's how it goes. That's what to expect. But yeah, we went to the driving range one day and then we went golfing the next day. And at the driving range, we were there at like 10 in the morning. I think it's more humid in the morning. And I mean, I was sweating. Literally, like I had my Roback shirt on, and like there was one little spot that did not have like you wouldn't have known that I was sweating, yeah, but except for this one little spot is like tattletaling on me. I'm like, no, that's the real color right there.
Tatlin,
yeah.
It was just so warm. I probably like hole 12. Isaac and I were both just like, you kind of feeling a little bit like you're just like losing energy. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take myself mentally to like January and February. It's like I would do anything to be on a golf course. I don't care how hot it is.
Right.
Harness that. I don't care how hot it is.
There's this argument on Twitter between Carrington Harrison, one of my favorite sports talk radio guys, Sam Mellinger, who's a sports writer. Sam Mellinger claims he'd rather it be like, I think it's 0 degrees or 20-some degrees every day than 98 degrees. And Carrington's like, you're crazy.
98.
And so then in the winter, Carrington's always, tweeting like, you'd truly rather have 20 degrees. Like, you'd rather have this every single day than 98. And I'm like, no, I would definitely rather it be hot all the time. You can get used to the heat.
I cannot imagine having to bundle up 365 days out of the year.
No way.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely not. And like, even at camp, like, camp's gotten so soft since we've been there.
I was gonna say, our first few years, there's no air conditioning in this weather.
We had fans, like a big fan in our cabin. That
blew out.
Yes, and you get used to it.
You do.
Even like you don't sweat as much eventually. Like you're just like, no, my body's just used to it.
I've been warm for 3 months,
and every once in a while, if we would like complain or comment about it, Sparky, our camp director, sometimes would have like one-on-one, meetings with you or something. He's like, you want to do a heat out in the van? And so we'd sit in the van and we turn on the heat.
Oh my god!
For like 10 minutes, have a conversation, then you get out and it feels like AC again, baby.
That's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
Then 98 and humid, just like, oh, what a relief.
Oh, finally I can get out here. No, it was hot, but we swam so much, dude. Because Catherine's
this past weekend.
Yeah, this past weekend. Catherine's family has a pool, and if I had a pool, I would never do anything else. I wouldn't get anything else done. Yeah. Unless I had a computer that was waterproof, I would never, have anything going on. So
maybe.
I took one shower the entire time I was there because every time
really?
I was just sweaty. Okay, go in the pool.
Yeah.
The chlorine. Catherine, I told her that the last day. She's like, what?
1 shower, 6 days?
Yeah. I hadn't taken any at that point. I took one shower the very last day because I didn't swim.
It would be hard to, if you're getting wet in the chlorinated pool every day.
As a dude? Yeah. Timon, you got any you feel good about that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's how it was at camp sometimes. It was like, well, I did swim today.
And
it's not that big of a deal.
The pool looked clean.
I mean, there's no way Beau, would pee in that pool. He held it. He's potty trained for 9 hours, I think.
He's fine. Speaking of not showering often, this kind of works out. A couple days ago, I learned that my sister's lease is up. She's getting married to Braden in like 3 weeks. She's like, I don't really know what to do. I was like, come live with us.
Fun.
And I was getting her hyped up. I was like, we could do all these certain things. You know, we can have all this fun. I was like, we do only have the one shower. But I was like, Rachel and I don't shower that much. And then Kayla texted back, and it all happened so fast. Like, I text her, live with her. She's like, great. I don't shower that much either. So
a bunch of non-showering.
It's gotta be fun.
or you just adopt. You have one shower, but then you also have a bathroom with a bathtub. You just become a tub boy.
Hey, girls, take the shower. I'll be in the tub. Do not walk in on the tub.
Really nonchalantly, earlier this week, Catherine's dad was like, "Yeah, Granddaddy, who's his dad, Granddaddy took baths. He didn't start showering until he was 94 years old. He took baths every day for 94 years." And I was like, "What?"
The name Granddaddy's awesome.
Granddaddy and Grandmama.
You I don't even know if you can be alive while having the name Granddaddy. That's got to be like a thing. Like once they pass on, it's like, yeah.
Like you could be 45 years old, the youngest granddaddy ever, and if you're granddaddy, you are an old man. Like you're hobbling into Cracker Barrel like it's the last day of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granddaddy's great. And he never showered until he was 94.
Dude, just the time alone. How long does it take to fill up a bathtub? 10 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of water press you got.
It's the armrest of home utilities. It takes up a lot
It takes up
a lot of time, a lot of space.
A lot of water.
Yeah.
I had to stop. I was like, wait, did you say he had only taken baths? Anyway, kind of a wild.
My grandpa, who's like in his 80s.
Granddaddy?
Granddaddy. I don't think he showers either. I think
Really?
He just takes baths. I mean, I don't know if he's never showered. I'm sure he's showered.
Well,
Get
and
him on
that's
the
the
phone.
thing. Maybe this guy showered before in his life, but the statement I heard was that
Yeah.
he didn't start showering until he was 94 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. What a time to start something new. 94.
And it's probably because he's struggling a little bit to get in there, shimmy on in.
Both seem difficult. I mean, having to like
Yeah.
ease yourself into a slippery bathtub, getting
Yeah.
in and out doesn't seem
Yeah.
easy as 94, but also maybe he took a shower but still sat down. You know,
They have those chairs. Have you ever seen?
Yeah. A lot of the dressing rooms it shows are like handicap accessible. And I think about sitting down,
Don't hate it.
and then I'm like, someone else's like naked butt.
Someone's definitely sat on that.
But
same
it could
thing.
have been Jerry Seinfeld's naked butt. He was here 3 months ago.
You never know.
That was the cool part about the Ryman. It's so historic. Like right before you go out, it's like there is a picture of Elvis performing on this
Oh my
stage.
gosh,
Like
yeah.
I took a dump in the same toilet that Patsy Cline probably did. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Like anybody you could ever think of has probably performed there.
Yeah.
Because it's not only a comedy venue, obviously, it's a music venue too. So, yeah, that's wild.
Anyway, I don't know if they showered there. I don't know how they shower or how they bathe, but I have, with my sister moving in here, by the time you're listening to this, she's living here.
Wow.
And Rachel and I started making like a bucket list.
Fun.
But I don't like the term bucket list when you're not, like you're dying soon.
Well, you can kick buckets when you're alive. Have you never kicked a bucket in your life?
I actually kind of like kicking buckets.
Surely I've
throwing
kicked a
away.
bucket at one point in my life.
Well, I called it the trip list
Okay.
because it's before she loses the name triplet.
Okay. Yeah.
And one of the things on there is just not walk in on each other in the shower. The rest of them are things to accomplish, to finish, to start, whatever. Man, I hope no one walks in on each other in the shower. So
Catherine's like guest bathroom at her house has like one door to get into like the 2 sink area. You know, it's like she's got 6 kids and growing up, so they have this cool bathroom. Yeah, 2 sinks, and then they have another door to get into the bathroom shower area. And every time, like some people love to shut the door after they go number 2 in the shower or in the bathroom. You know, Are you that guy?
I think you turn the fan on, you leave it cracked.
I think so too. Something to like show like, hey, it's unoccupied. Go on in there if you want. Like, and so sometimes it's like, and there was like 5 of us using this bathroom, and so there's a good chance somebody's in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, but I gotta go real bad. So then I have to walk to the other side of the house to go to like this tiny little bathroom by the garage. So I don't know.
So another bathroom was still available the whole time?
Oh, like probably. I mean, no, listen. But this bathroom is literally right next to my room, and the other one. I mean, she's got a big house. You've been to it.
You're just saying, yeah, like if you're done in the bathroom, don't shut the door after yourself. Close the lid.
Just the etiquette of like, how do you for sure know no one's in there? Like,
Doors open.
yeah, doors open. And sometimes the kids also go in that bathroom, so they leave the light on sometimes. So you can't even trust the light these days.
Trying to throw you off.
Anyway,
Anyway, I've been sleeping on some bamboo sheets and I like them.
my gosh, brother.
Viscose from bamboo,
Yes,
I should say.
My gosh, careful.
It's not just like, shoots of bamboo.
It's not Jungle Book out there.
It's not this.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping on this. But man, we've been loving those sheets.
Yeah.
And I've talked before. Now that I'm married, I make the bed again, which I feel so about. But when it's Cozy Earth sheets, it's like, you know what? Get on my fingers.
Cozy Earth.
Let's bring it all the way up. Yeah, they really are great.
Yes.
Great sheets. People in the Facebook group would talk about them, asking about them. Get them.
Yes.
Get the viscose from Bamboo sheets. I can't speak to the linen ones, but I doubt anything feels as good as the ones I have.
I'm sure the linen, Cozy Earth is Cozy Earth. We have great shirts from Cozy Earth. Catherine was wearing her Cozy Earth shirt the other day. Looked nice, but the bed sheets are wonderful. We haven't been sleeping on them because we've been in Texas the last 6 days. Came home last night. Hot dog. I did bring my pillow with me to Texas with the Cozy Earth pillowcase on it because I thought if nothing else, I'll have Cozy Earth on my face.
You'll have cozy head.
A cozy head, yes. So
Good for you.
It was a wonderful time in Texas with Cozy Earth on my face. And yeah, if you don't know about them, it's luxury goods that transform your lifestyle. Bed sheets, robes. I can't
Loungewear.
imagine if we sell out Grande Boo, I will get a Cozy Earth robe. I will do it because it's going to be. We're going to be just so excited about it. I'll wear it to Grande Boo.
I was going to say, be careful. You might fall asleep. You're going to be so comfy in it. It'll make a narcoleptic out of you.
That's true.
That's what they didn't say. All their products come with a 10-year warranty. That's kind of wild.
That's wild. Name another bed sheet that you've ever gotten that's got a 10-year warranty. You can't.
I can't think of one.
Nope.
No. Equally wild is that they're giving everyone 35% off site-wide.
Also just insane.
We'll talk about
That's
this later.
practically free.
I hung out with the Millers from the Florida trip this past weekend, and Courtney was telling me, she's like, I bought this from you guys, I bought this from you guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, what about the bed sheets? And she was like, we only have one pair of sheets in our entire house. We probably need another pair of sheets.
You
I was
do?
Like, Cozy Earth really is great, and it's 35% off.
It's insane. Yeah. Courtney, buy some Cozy Earth. Let us know if we're crazy, which we're not.
Use code GRKC to do so.
Yes. And on cozyearth.com. It's just wonderful. Cozy Earth, there's just something about them. You go to their website, you will know instantly this is quality stuff.
Cool site.
You can just tell. They have been Oprah's favorite things for 5 years in a row. 10-year warranty, 35% off. Just great numbers. 5, 10, 35.
Go get them.
So
CozyEarth.com.
fun.
Let's talk about some things from last week's episodes. I feel like there's some things to
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for interrupting.
No, I'm excited about what you're excited about.
I just wrote down in my notes, we are now an ASVAB podcast.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I bet we had 35 people talk about the ASVAB.
Well, let me do you one better. For every person that posted about the ASVAB, they DM'd me privately about my Nobel Peace Prize mishap. I got it wrong. I got it wrong.
I took the high road the whole time. The whole time I was watching all these comments and stuff, I was like, I'm just going to let them come in, baby.
I know I messed up.
And I even looked it up and I was like, I think maybe it's Nobel Peace Prize. And you're like, no, that's not it. Is this your first time ever being wrong about anything?
It's not.
No?
I will be wrong again.
Good. You're going to be good at marriage. Just say, hey, I was wrong.
I will be wrong a ton of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on Jake's side about that. So, man, I feel.
So you feel wrong too?
Oh, yeah. I'm wrong.
You were so confident though. I was like, I guess I'm stupid.
Yeah, I really threw myself off, or I really made myself sound incorrect by saying the word peace. Because I thought that you didn't know you could win a Nobel Prize for anything other than peace.
Right.
So I was like, oh my gosh, dude, there's math, there's science. But the whole time I kept saying peace, which is what made it wrong.
Right. That was so funny. Yeah. Ross Farrens, I think, made a little video about it.
Kind of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I also, the same day that came out, a Correct Opinions episode came out where I said that Elton John sang Piano Man instead of Rocket Man. People really
I'm
came
a piano man.
Yeah.
Piano man.
I'm not a music guy. Common misconception, probably there too.
And as far as piano playing rock stars go, Elton John and Billy Joel are the two.
I was going to say, he's
confused.
always playing the piano.
Right.
He is the piano man in my eyes.
It's not like you're like, yeah, Leonard Skinner, like rock piano man. It's like, no, you're close.
I called him the piano man.
Yeah.
I didn't call him gay man. I knew what he's good at.
You got it.
What he's talented.
Yeah.
I also messed up last episode. I said to contact Ticketmaster. Apparently the Kansas City show is not being sold by Ticketmaster. Apparently it's some site called AXS.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. You can figure that out pretty quick.
Oh, wait. Speaking of Ticketmaster, that reminded me. Someone after the Nashville show, doesn't matter. They were like, we enjoyed this so much. We were a little apprehensive after reading the reviews on Ticketmaster. And I was like, whoa, there's reviews on Ticketmaster? And they're like, yeah. They're like, a lot of them are pretty positive, but there were a few like people who said like, I thought it was going to be a clean show. I wish I would have got a heads up about the opener. I was like,
You?
what?
Specifically you,
Yes.
not like Luke. It was
Yeah.
like, what have you said?
I don't know what they're referring to, but
Okay.
I'm self-conscious now.
Okay, we've been doing this podcast for a little bit now. Just do your 3-minute act real quick, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll buzz you anytime there's any appropriate.
What city are we in?
We're in Nashville, Ryman.
Nashville, how we doing?
Oh, moms! Yeah.
Wow, we're
Little close here in the pews, but I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're excited to see.
Stop interrupting.
I know we got a lot of. We're so excited to be performing, especially on a mom's night out. It looks like. No, seriously, it looks great. I didn't know I'd be performing at a TJ Maxx tonight.
This guy.
The chimpanzee guy.
TJ Maxx is where somebody got murdered in Nashville. This is inappropriate.
That's where it was.
That is it.
We found
Okay.
it.
Gosh, what a jerk.
So
I'm going to AXS/Ticketmaster to complain because everyone reads those reviews.
I know. I was like, man, what a mom thing to not only leave a review on Ticketmaster, but to also for the other moms to be like seeking out reviews on Ticketmaster before buying tickets. So I somewhat looked into it. I was like, is this real? And the first like 4 reviews I read were extremely positive. They said me like by name rather than just saying the opener. Like, we loved Trey's show, even his opener. Jake Triplett was amazing. I was like, this is awesome. People remember my name. And so I was like, I'm just going to stop at those 4.
Good.
I am pleased with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see, because whatever I read, it doesn't matter if it's one crazy, weird person. It's going to get in my head. I'm going to second guess the joke.
Totally.
I'm just going to stick with what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, you remember the negative reviews so much more.
I know.
Like the
I
negative
know.
YouTube comments. It's like we can brush past them, but still we remember them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, tell us this. Like, can you remember any like specific ones? Like I remember there was one on every guy with a truck that was like, I'm so glad this lesbian drives a truck. Something like that. And it's like, okay, cool. Yeah. Like I do not think about that every day of my life or anything. But like if you say like, hey, do you remember a negative comment? Like, yeah, I do. I remember that one.
I won't say the full word. I know I've probably talked about this on the podcast before, but when I left the Jake and Josh, Juggling Josh channel, you know, it's really heartfelt, just really serious, just talking to the fans, talking to, you know.
Great all-time video.
Just like, hey, this is
Find
what I
that
want to
video,
do.
guys.
I
You're
want to
gonna
move
love
on. And the comment was just like, no offense, Jake, but you are, and it called me just the R word.
And that one got you.
Well, it was just,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know if that like sticks with me. It's just like, that's hilarious. They said no offense.
No offense.
And then also that they would call me that because of this like professional decision I'm making in my life.
Can we do no offense to Timon real quick?
Timon.
Go ahead.
Timon, no offense, but you look better with braces.
It's interesting.
Timon, no offense, but there's a reason we're not putting you on camera. And it's because that perm looks ridiculous.
Timon, no offense, but we're not putting you on camera because of how much better you looked with the braces.
Yeah, no offense. Nice, that was good.
I was just funny
got-
because
you
I
nailed
didn't
it, you
add
nailed it.
anything new.
Timon, no offense, but your teeth now look significantly worse than they did like 3 weeks ago
And that's why he's not on camera.
because you don't have braces on anymore.
Got him.
No offense, though. No offense. No offense, Timon, but you're not very good at your job. Just
So serious.
no offense, Timon, but
Your parents texted me. They want you out of the house.
yeah, you're done. You're out.
That's been no offense with Timon.
No Might just do a whole part of the Grande Boo roast where I just no offense people.
It's like boom roasted.
Yeah, no offense.
Hey, no offense. Put on some weight, Harrison.
No offense, Harrison, but you can tell you're married now because you do not care about your looks at all.
I said no offense.
No offense. I said no offense. Yeah, with all due respect.
Speaking of the roast, though, Grande Boo, tickets are live.
Yeah, man. It's fun to see. I just update it every once in a while on my phone. Like, hey, who's bought tickets?
Who have we got here?
Let's talk about some of the people that are coming.
Yeah.
First of all, just right off the bat, Jensen Harper's calling me.
Well, he's coming.
Do we answer?
Sure, real quick.
Hey, man, we're on you're live on Ghostrunners podcast.
Oh, hey. This is Brad?
This is Brad. Who's this?
Jensen.
Hey. We were just talking about Grande Boo, and we were talking about the people that are coming. And this is like literally, as I said that, you called me.
Grande Boo. Be there. Florida trip. Be there. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I got time to call you. I'll call you later.
All right, buddy. Love you. See ya.
All right, love you, man.
Oh, hey. Is this Brad?
This is Brad. You guys, yeah, I called Brad, right? After I said we're live on the Ghostrunners podcast.
Yeah, he said hi to the ghosties first.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, by the way, is this Brad? Yeah.
Let's just riff about a few people that are coming real quick. Let me pull up. Matt Van Donselar's coming. MVD. He's the MVP of our hearts. MVD of his IDs.
I'm still looking up at the website, trying to go, clicking on tabs, sales.
Mm-hmm. I'm an app guy.
Can't seem to find it.
But yeah, Matt Van Donselar's gonna. The crazy thing, Matt was telling me he wasn't going to come, but then he found someone to pet sit for his elephant. I'm like, dude, you have a pet elephant? He's like, yeah, but it's like a mini Fint. You know, like they have mini doodles out there. He's got a mini Fint.
It's the Shetland pony of
So he's like,
elephants.
it's only like 785 pounds.
Stumpy.
So you can move it. Like a normal half-ton pickup will transport my mini Fint. So I'm just taking it up to my grandma's. She does still just bathe herself, but she can also bathe the elephant, he said.
Grandmommy.
Mm-hmm.
Other people coming. We got Sullivan Wagner.
Yeah, dude.
Gotta be
Swag.
there. Swagner.
Yeah, he's a riot. Like, he's one of those guys that you'll know he's there because of the way he laughs. Like, he's got a different laugh. Do you remember how it goes, Timon?
Yeah, kind of like that. It's subdued,
kinda,
but you hear it though.
Yeah, it's like everyone else is done laughing. It's like 3 seconds later. It's like he's got a little bit of a delay in his mentals, and so all of a sudden, but he does understand it all. And so then you just hear him. Yeah, that's
Adam
swag.
Bova just bought a ticket
Bova.
yesterday. They call him the Bovine because he's built like a
Because
bull.
he's friggin' bowling in a China shop.
Yeah.
Bova. These guys are coming. Madison Wright,
Okay.
which I've always seen it as Maddie. I don't know. I guess Madison was just what she wrote down for credit card purposes and stuff.
I think she's going to buy a second ticket. It's for her son. So Maddie's son.
Oh, Maddie's son.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Adam Prince, aka Choye. Mr. Choye's coming with his wife.
Wow.
His wife's name again? Tamara? Or is it Choye? That would be ridiculous, right? If his wife's name is Choye and he works at a place called Choye, that'd be too much of a coincidence if they're both
yeah,
Choyes.
I don't think it's that. I think it's Tamara.
Lizeth Navarro. She's coming. Lizeth? Lizzo? Lizeth. She's coming. She got 2 tickets, so she's got friends.
Did you see that Caleb Lee bought 7
No?
items? I don't know if it's 7 tickets based on the website I'm on right now, but it says he placed 7 things worth.
I think that's total in his lifetime.
Really?
Yes. He's a returning buyer. He's got 7 orders.
So I don't really know how a website works. I don't know how to read data,
That's okay.
and I sure don't know what the Nobel Peace Prize is.
Danny Parkhurst is going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
She's a contributor on that Facebook group.
Yeah. She's earned the contributor tag.
Yes. Just a lot of fun people are going to be there. Stacy Wilkins, Swilk Mama. She's going to be there. She's fun. She's
Fun.
She's wonderful. Met her at whatever we called the first one we did with the basketball game. Met her there. She's
fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to meet you. If you're coming, if you're not, I'm not going to meet you. So I'm not excited to meet you.
Sorry.
No offense. But come. Ghostrunners.life. It's live. There were a few people, it was like 11:40 at night, and I had like made the website live, but we hadn't posted anything about it yet. And of course, Janelle Bignell and Brandon Faulkner bought those tickets beforehand.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
They sniped in there. So shout out to them. Yeah, I'm so excited about it. It's going to be wonderful
Fun.
time.
Thank you guys for buying tickets. If you haven't bought a ticket yet, I really don't think you want to miss out on this.
I agree. Yeah, I keep thinking more and more about it. And yeah, it's just going to be so memorable and so unique and special. And yeah, and I'm so excited about the whole thing. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited to root you on alongside of other ghosties.
That
You know
will
what I mean?
be kind of a fun, unique.
Like it'll be so fun. Like whatever. I can say it over and over again, but it's just going to be amazing.
Yeah. You got to laugh at the TJ Maxx joke. You already heard it. Okay. Pretend you haven't heard it before. Yeah, but it's gonna be fun. And I think next week on the podcast we'll probably have some other like details to share with you too.
Ooh.
Some surprises, some
Sprinkle
details
in
on the RTH.
RTH.
Rooftop hang.
Thank you. People were commenting that in the thing, and I was like, I don't remember what RTH means.
Like it's like work from home.
Yeah.
Return to home.
I was like,
Reach the handle.
reach the house.
One last thing from last episode, just really following up. Everyone commented, you should have just ordered Chipotle online. I think you even said that.
Did I?
maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, totally. That makes sense. Didn't even cross my mind, but that is the right answer.
Yeah.
Should have definitely done that. Right in front of her face. Just get on my phone.
And say, do you think this is ridiculous? You do?
Oh, no offense, but I do too.
Yeah, no offense, but it is. Yeah. That is a great follow-up. I don't remember. Did I say that live?
I don't know now.
Because whenever I read it, I thought that's right. You're right. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I really, after how many mess ups I had last week, I'm a little sensitive. Like, I don't know anything. I don't remember anything. Nothing I say is right.
dude, that's called marriage. You're getting there. Honestly, it's like, man, you get humbled in marriage. It's like, okay,
don't know. I don't know.
thought I had it all figured out, and then you get married, and you're like, whoops, I'm an idiot still.
Some blind spots.
Got a
in my
lot
life.
to learn.
Yep,
Yeah,
not as smart as I think I am.
very humbling in a good way, in the best way, Jake.
I have a similar, maybe it's not that similar, but I have a story from this weekend. It's so first of all, Charlotte's show was great. Rachel's cousin was there, cousin Lexi, her maid of honor.
Yes, tall Lexi.
Yep. Isaac inquired. She's still not available.
I walked down the aisle with Lexi on the way back.
Did you really?
Yes.
How was it?
Well, electric.
Electric.
Yeah, wonderful.
But so that was fun. I making sure I like have some time to her in the lobby, talk to her. There was like all these ghosties that are in line, and then the venue just like probably kicks out like 40 people that are in line. I don't know if they're all ghosties, but probably like 40 people just like get kicked out. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're like made me so sad. I was so bummed. I wanted to talk to so many. So if you were at the Charlotte show, know that no one felt worse than I did. I'm like, all right, hey, tomorrow's a new night. We're gonna get it back. I go out early right after the show. I'm like, I want to have plenty of time out there, and I don't even get to the lobby. I see some ghosties, and
What you mean you were in the venue itself?
yeah, a little bit in the auditorium still. And the security guard comes up, and there's like 3 ghosties there, so you guys could verify this story. But he was basically like, "All right, I need all you guys out of here unless you have a pass," and starts going down the line of people. He's like, "No pass, no pass, no pass." Comedian, well, wannabe comedian, just the opener.
Wow.
Just said that to my face in front of all these like Ghostrunners fans. And I think my mouth was agape. I don't know exactly what I did. I was just like, oh my gosh, okay. And then he just walked away, and I was like, thank you for the insult.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and he's like, hey, no. Hey, you're a comedian, right? I thought you could take a joke. I was joking with you.
Yeah.
While he's like doing this, I'm like, okay, didn't seem like a joke. Then another like security guard, like an usher, comes up, and it's this younger woman. She's like, I thought you did great. Your show was so good tonight. It was so fun. And I was like, that's how you compliment someone.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
the best way to do it.
Right.
That I understand. And he's like, no, I was just messing, whatever.
No
I was just
offense.
like,
Yeah. Hey, I said no offense with my eyes.
my body language was very no offense.
Yeah, I knew you were the comedian, not just a random bystander.
Yeah, but it was just like crazy. It was like a whole new
Wow.
level of like rudeness to my face. Just like we just sold out the Ryman. I'm on cloud 9, and this security guard's like, want to be comedian. And then once I said something, then he was like, no, I was joking.
It's like the real life version of negative like comments on the YouTube.
Yeah.
If we ever respond to anybody, they're like, "Well, I love you guys. I'm just it's all in good fun," or something like that.
It was wild,
Man.
But yeah, some ghosties got a front row seat to it.
So you handled it pretty well, though. It sounded like you weren't like super mad back.
No, I was very like calm, but I very much like stood up for myself. I was just like, I don't think you should talk to me that way, especially like in front of these fans. Like, what a just weird. How am I supposed to react to that?
That's better than what I would have made fun of him back.
Yeah,
I would have been like, "You're a bouncer." Like, people do your job with like a barcode scanner at a Walmart. Like it's not that hard, dude. Like, we could very well. I mean, you're not scary to me at all.
It was weird. So then we get kicked out of there, and he puts us in like this like hidden like corridor. I don't know where we're at in this place. It was like I don't know. It was like meant to be used to like hide people or something. Like we were just so hidden, and we're there for a while, and then I get done with the ghosties. There's this one guy in line by himself. Always a little bit of a red flag if like a someone like make sure they're like last in line to talk to and they're by themselves. Like if it's a girl, they're
trying to
if they're
dig the chili.
yeah, they want something.
They're trying to sell you chili.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, I've just had this like kind of crazy experience. He's like, hey, do you guys take feedback? I'm like, man, I don't want to hear feedback right now. I don't want to hear
You're
feedback.
like, yeah, but we give it back real quick. So go ahead.
I really did just have maybe the best show I've ever had. I'm like, this guy's about to give me feedback.
Sorry, this is in Nashville?
This is in Nashville.
Okay. Yeah.
And luckily, it wasn't about anything I said. It was like, hey, when Trey does the music, can you put lyrics up on the screen? And I was like, oh, that's not really, that wasn't me singing.
Yeah. But you're part of the show to him. You're not just the wannabe comedian.
Hey, okay.
You have some power in putting the lyrics up.
True. I was just expecting, like, man, he waited in line for a long time, and then it was just something that had nothing to do with me. Like, he really wanted to say that.
Yeah.
So then we leave the corridor, go out to the lobby, and then I start to see ghosties. But like they were kicking people out. It was pouring down rain, and they were kicking people out into the rain.
I think I read
it was
this
so
on the Facebook
rude.
group. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like Andrew Thurbush, he was there. I didn't get to talk to him. He got kicked out into the rain.
Oh.
Like there were so many other ghosties that I would have loved to have seen. Of course, I ran back into the guy who gave me the feedback, and he was like, my wife didn't believe me that I talked to you in that hallway. Tell her what we talked about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he said he wanted the lyrics on the screen because he has trouble hearing.
Yes, see, told you I'm legally deaf. I told you.
So I got to talk to that guy plenty. Didn't get to talk to Thurbush, but
No
talked to
way.
him a good amount.
Dude, like, is that enough of a problem where you should start like coordinating some after party? I know that's
Probably.
a lot to do in every single city, but like it seems like that happens, I don't know, 30% of the time.
Yeah, I had the same thought. I'll get back to you guys. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Let you know. Because, there's got to be a better way. Because I want to hang out with you guys, and security does not want us to.
Yeah. Man.
Wild.
Yeah. And like
I'm not asking that much.
I'm not condoning or like encouraging ghosties to like get in fights with security, but like see how far you can push it.
I say just say no offense, and then just a quick right jab
Yeah.
into their nose.
No offense. That's a guy's name who fenced in high school.
No offense.
No offense. And then you take out your
On guard.
fencing sword. Yeah. Hey, no offense. Yeah. Because it's like, what are they rushing off to do? You know?
Oh, that's when I confronted her in Charlotte. Once all the fans left, I was like, hey, why did you kick out all those people?
It's
Like,
just one show.
yeah, it was one show. There's nothing afterwards. I was like, I come out here because I want to see them and they want to see me. Like it's a symbiotic relationship here. Like this is a good thing. Like why'd you kick them out? And she was like, we got to get going. I was like, well, I was told the venue curfew isn't until 11 p.m. It's like 9:45. Is that right? And she was like, yeah, it's just one of those nights. I was like, what a lame response. Just one of those nights. Just like this.
That's too bad.
This means a lot to me, but it means so much to them. And you just kick them out. I know it's just part of your job. It's just another night for you. But like, I'm trying to make memories,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. You're building a brand, baby. You're building relationships. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's crazy when you said 9:45 and 11 o'clock. So it's like, okay.
You're always kicking people out hours before they need to.
Right. That's terrible.
Because we have like an app where everything is coordinated. Hey, here's all the flights. Here's when sound check is. Here's everything. Venue curfew. Always look at that. It's always midnight or something. It's always a crazy late time.
Yeah. Because it's probably just a default for concerts like music stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either
I'm
way.
sorry. Well, okay. Now you should start bringing like large amounts of speakers and like things that roadies would have to pick up themselves just to like give yourself more time. Because that seems like I bet if the roadies are still doing their thing, they're not gonna be like, hey, you got to get out of here.
You know what's crazy? Now you say that is like Isaac is still very much in the lobby, still like sorting and like packing up merch when they're being kicked out. So it's not like they can just leave right away anyway.
Use that. Use
It
that
really
logic.
doesn't make any sense. Yeah, now that I think about it.
Be like point to him and make sure Isaac.
Hey, take your time.
Yeah, like at Oklahoma Joe's in Kansas City Barbecue, like the original has a small location. I'll get to a point here. Don't worry. Small location.
The year was 1945.
Yeah.
Granddaddy had just perfected his barbecue sauce.
and there's only so many seats, but every time, and you're not allowed to like go and sit down and save reserve tables or anything. But every time when you order and you get your food almost right away, you turn around and there's always seats available. And that's because they intentionally make that line go as fast or as slow as they need to serve people based on how many seats are available. So that's what Isaac needs to start doing. He needs to be like looking like, okay, there's only 4 people to talk to Jake. I'm going to pack up this quick. Okay, there's 55 people here.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a mini Grande Boo and from Ghostrunners Out Live. I need to go really slow on this thing. And that way Jake can point to me and say, he's not even close to being done. Look at this. He has I think he's got more merch than he started with.
He bought merch from other people.
Yeah.
He's gonna sell it tomorrow in
He
Atlanta.
took shirts off people's back. Like there's all these shirtless people in line. Like,
See?
Third Bush.
That is a great idea. Yeah, now that I think about it, like what they can't even leave anyway. Why are they in such a hurry?
Do you think if people like, if Andrew Thurbush is waiting in line to talk to you and he takes off his shirt, is he less likely to get kicked out by a bouncer? If I were a bouncer, I would.
What are
not,
you gonna do?
I would not
What are
want
you
to
gonna do. Kick me out?
No, do it. Like I would not want to push somebody and like shove somebody out the door that's shirtless. I'm just saying.
That's what you're supposed to do. If someone's trying to fight you and you don't want to fight, you're supposed to like take your pants off because no one wants to like kind of
Like-
be aggressive with that.
Dude, never mind. Yeah.
Dude, you got more stuff going on.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead and get out of here. So think about next time, Thurbush.
Yeah. Speaking of sausage, you got any Good Ranchers lately?
Dude, I had a lot of Good Ranchers in Texas. Honestly, I did. We had steaks, we had chicken, and we had their Wagyu beef burgers.
Wagyu beef burger.
Wagyu beef burgers. We did. We had the burgers for 4th of July. Wonderful time. We are sponsored by Good Ranchers. Y'all know them. Y'all love them.
I forgot about. I was just.
You were just
I was
asking.
talking meat.
Just hey, let's talk meat real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, we're sponsored by them. We're sponsored by GoodRanchers.com. They
Yes.
gave us a promo code. The promo code is GRKC. The promo code gets you an additional $30 off your order.
What?
I don't know. They sponsor us.
$30?
30.00. If you
Dollars?
prefer 2 decimal. Yeah, USD.
Really?
For real?
Dollars, dude.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Well, who is Good Ranchers anyway?
Who
do we got here?
Who have I got? So they sell
But what are they?
the best stuff.
Like best stuff like PlayStation 2s.
No.
Nintendo
It's me.
64s.
Let me
older.
go show you. Let me go show you.
Go.
I have it readily available.
It's gonna take him 17 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, he's fumbling. 9, 10, 11. Oh, he can't find it. 12, 13. Oh, yeah. Whoa.
There it is.
I think by the time you sat down, it was 17 seconds. Holy cow.
Here it is.
And in convenient bags now?
Convenient bags. Yeah, they had boxes. Now it's convenient bags.
Show us what you got. You got Italian.
Italian seasoned chicken breast, boneless, skinless.
Yep. That's Beau's favorite.
Just how I like it.
Boneless.
Boneless, skinless chicken breast.
Yeah, baby. Another
Same
one.
thing. Yeah, it's just all chicken. That's all I can.
They got
have,
garlic
so.
pepper chicken. My gosh, it's all just nice.
It says to cook thoroughly.
Do you?
Yeah,
Good.
I swear. So
I am going to read this thing that they sent to us here. It said, "Did you hear the news? The FDA approved lab-grown chicken for sale. Yes, meat. Yes. Meat formed in a bioreactor will soon be coming to a store near you. If you prefer meat grown in a pasture instead of a petri dish, then you need Good Ranchers. Not only do they sell real meat from real animals, but they sell the best meat in the country has to offer. The best meat country has to offer. From steakhouse quality cuts of beef to better than organic chicken, everything Good Rancher sources from local farms in America." Without getting too far into the weeds, I do care a lot about farmers. Obviously, Jake grew up in a family of farmers, married into a family of farmers, and Good Ranchers supports American farmers rather than this lab-grown crazy things that are going on today. So if you want to also support American meat delivered to your door, go to goodranchers.com, use promo code GRKC for $30 off. You will not regret it. Everyone that's ever gotten it said we talked about Good Ranchers for probably like an hour in Texas, like just how good it is. Because we had Brooks there,
oh yeah,
Chef Brooks was there.
just an hour-long ad read in Texas.
Dude, it was just awesome. And like I got done talking to Brooks, and I would talk to Josh about it, and we talked about their fajita chicken or whatever, all this different stuff. So no matter what you get, you will be satisfied with Good Ranchers. We love them. You guys will love them. Check them out.
Go get them. Speaking of America, how was your 4th? Let's talk about our 4th.
It was wonderful. So like I said, we were in Texas. On the actual 4th of July is when we went golfing, which was fun. Let me just tell you a few highlights of golf. The actual golf course that we went to is an easy drive, but it's still like a little 20, 25 minutes away. We get to the course plenty early, going to hit some range balls. And we had gone to the range the day before. We open up Gary, my father-in-law's trunk, and he, in a pretty serious, like mean tone, was like, "Where are your clubs?" And I know him well enough to know like that's his like joking tone most of the time, I thought. And so I was like, "Yeah, right, good one." Dude, they weren't in there. I forgot to, we had taken them out the day before, and I forgot to pack them back in. And so I just thought, and I'm left-handed, so I can't play with other people's clubs. I just thought to myself, I'm not going to play golf today.
Yeah, and
I'm
most
just gonna have to
courses
sit here.
are not going to have rental lefty clubs.
Really? See, I didn't even know. I mean, so I called Catherine, MVP Catherine Ellis, just so awesome. Literally, I said, I left my clubs at home. I want to meet me at the Valero in Van Alstyne, which is like halfway basically, as soon as possible. She goes, okay, sounds good. Hangs up the phone
Wow.
immediately. No questions. Like, I don't even know if she put on shoes. She just ran, got the golf clubs, put them in the van, hustled down there. 12:22 tee time, got home, or got back to the course 12:18, no problem.
Wow.
No problem.
That is awesome of Catherine. And also what kind of stinks about golf is like if you don't like have all the equipment, you just straight up can't play sometimes.
Right.
It's like you can show up to a basketball court and still play basketball.
Yeah.
Because I bet you came there in shoes.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
They might not be the best shoes, but you can still play basketball.
As long as you got a ball. Like,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
But golf clubs, yeah, especially when you're left-handed.
No, yeah, totally. I was like, am I going to just go right-handed this entire? No.
Gonna putt.
I'm just going to watch. I'm going to watch the entire thing and just sweat my baguettes off. And anyway, so MVP of the day, forgot my clubs. And it was one of those things where like I can hear that sound bite in my head of my father-in-law. Where are your clubs?
Oh no.
And of course, because he says like he jokingly does stuff like that sometimes. I'm like, and I was like trying to be like fast enough to not fall for it. Like, yeah, good one. Two other things. I got 2 pars. Not bad.
Solo pars?
Yes, dude. Not bad.
That's wild. Dude.
I know. I think they were both par 4s.
Right.
I got on the green on a par 3 one time, and then I 3-putted. So
That happens a lot. That's okay.
I know. Yeah.
That's gonna happen a lot more.
I was like, what if I get a birdie? I can't wait till Jacob got a
Yeah.
birdie.
I mean, you had a birdie putt.
birdie putt.
That's pretty cool.
It was a far birdie putt, but still it was a birdie putt.
Sounds like on the 2 pars you made, you probably had a birdie putt too, right? You just 2 putt for par?
No, I think I hit some putts. I know I hit at least one nice putt.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Is that what you mean? Like,
No, I see now.
like I got on the green and then I just made it in on my first putt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got up and down. Would that be
Up
what you
and
did?
down. Yeah. And I was using a right-handed putter because I don't have a lefty putter, which I don't think I'm any better left-handed than right-handed putting.
There's not a crazy amount of coordination.
Right.
The putting stroke.
just keep it straight, more or less.
It was the stimp that day. Yeah.
Yeah,
was it
stimpage.
stimping?
There was some crazy stimpage because it had rained a bunch the night before. So man, the stimp was going nuts.
Trey and I filmed a Mood Swings video yesterday where, it's like first time golfer on the putting green, and he's like, "Hey, can you mark your ball? I'm out." I was like, we always had a feeling. I'm proud of you, man. It's like, what? No, I'm like,
No,
I'm
no, I
further
didn't
out.
mean
Like, okay, all right.
Yeah, that shirt tucked in a little too tight over there.
Yeah. You could fit in a large, but you wear a medium.
We all know why. Yeah.
You sing a lot.
You spray tan, didn't you? Like you were way too tan for February.
You care about being sweaty out here more than we do. I did say
You
that
would
some of the
take
video.
off your shirt a little quicker at that show than everybody else. No, 2 pars. I forgot my clubs. Oh, and I didn't lose a ball all day
No way.
until the 17th hole when I lost 2 in one hole.
That I mean that dude, that's so impressive.
I know.
I can't believe you made 2 pars.
I know.
I also can't believe they didn't have you scramble. There's like, hey, we got a bunch of guys who don't ever really play. Everybody play their own ball. That sounds like a potential nightmare
My
scenario.
2 brother-in-laws eventually did scramble.
Really?
Because they were like, this is, I don't know the etiquette. I still don't know if I do because
I don't think I know it
we were
all.
playing ready golf. You know what that means?
Just
You
hit
heard
it
that?
when you're there.
Yeah, basically like, hey, if you can swing, swing.
Oh, I love it. That's the
I
only
know.
way I would prefer to play.
I was like, this is because I'm not a practice swinger. Maybe one.
Good for you.
I'll just go up there and whack it.
Look, I'm as good as I'm going to get. I don't need to practice.
It doesn't do me one lick of good. I'm sure eventually it will because I've never seen anybody that's good at golf not practice swing. But yeah, I was like, I'm here.
Well,
I wanna
that's funny.
swing.
It's kind of a bell curve, I feel like, because if you're really good at golf, you don't practice swing either.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it sounds like if you're just starting, you also don't practice swing. You're like, what does it matter?
Here's my mentality is like, I'm already bad. And so I'm swinging a lot more strokes than everybody else. I don't also want to take up even more time by practice swinging too much.
Yeah, or
but
wear
then,
yourself down.
Then, of course, it's like, okay, but if you practice swing, maybe you wouldn't be as bad, But I'm like, I don't want to be more annoying because my father-in-law is really good at golf. Like I thought he was going to be like old man good. He's like good.
Just straight up good.
Yeah. I've seen like videos of Arnold Palmer now, he's kind of rickety when he swings.
Yeah, he looks like
it goes
a
straight. but it's like,
nutcracker.
okay. No, my father-in-law is still like legit good. And he's got like these new clubs, new irons he was trying out. He's got these GPS things on the end of them, all this different stuff.
GPS on the end of his iron?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've never heard of this technology.
I think that's what he would.
I believe it. That's crazy.
It's like these little nubs on the end of your iron.
Oh, you would like stuff it into like the grip?
Yes. And then
Something like this.
he said after 90 holes or something like that, it'll give you enough data to where it knows what you're hitting and how far you're hitting each iron. And so then it'll help you like basically caddy for you and say, you should use the 7 iron versus the 5 or something.
How does it know how far the ball went?
I don't know.
Does it know if your practice swing? Does it know if you made contact with the ball, or does it just know what happened to your swing?
Great questions. Should have asked more. I just said, that's really cool.
Okay, cool. It's ready golf. I got to go.
Yeah, ready golf.
They don't have long drink. I got to go. So what'd you end up shooting?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Good litmus test.
Honestly, yeah, there were a few times where I was like, I forgot to count how many strokes I had. But my father-in-law, most of the time, was like, I got you. I know how much he did.
Hey,
I was like,
Grandpappy's got you.
Yeah. But yeah, I lost 2 balls on one hole. One of them hit the cart path and just went somewhere I don't know.
Sometimes
Couldn't
it's kind
find
of fun when it hits the cart path. It just keeps rolling and rolling. Like, how's this possible?
And I didn't even know the cart path was over there. And all of a sudden the ball lands and it goes 20 feet in the air. And I was like, what happened?
Kind of fun.
Yeah, I looked like such an amateur though of like, something's over there.
Whoa.
There's a trampoline over
I
there.
have like a gopher's bat. What was that?
And then I hit one in the water in the next shot. And I was like, oh. And he gave me Pro V1s. And so they're like nicer. And so I think that was like
$5 golf
mentally, I was like, I don't want to lose these things. Anyway, but
That's
overall,
sweet.
it was a lot of fun.
You should play another solo round of golf and keep score, keep it legitimate.
Yeah.
And that way you could just be like, all right, when I first started, I was shooting a 110.
Sure, yeah.
And like, look at me now.
Yeah.
In 6 months, I shaved 20 strokes off my game or whatever.
Give me some etiquette lessons, if you know 'em. Number one, there were multiple times where I just want to turn my hat backwards. Yes or no?
Go crazy.
Yeah? Even at like a nicer like club course?
Yeah. You're in a collared shirt.
Yeah, okay. Tucked in my row back, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looked all right. Okay, and then number 2, this is not as much etiquette as it is logistics. I think it'd be a great workout. The 6'6" guy that was with us walked the whole time because he had like a herniated disc, and he's like, I can either walk and play 18 or ride and play 9. I was like, okay.
Interesting.
He's like, I think sitting down in the cart messes with his back or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, it'd be a great workout to walk the course, but I would also feel that same hindrance of like the backswing or the practice swing idea of like, I don't want to take up too much time. So how hard would it be to figure out how to like play by myself? Is that impossible? Have you ever played by yourself?
Yeah, I play by myself. I've never walked 18 by myself.
Yeah.
But it's not that much slower than riding a cart because you
That's
get
the
to
thing.
walk
Sometimes we
directly
were
to
waiting.
your ball.
Yeah, we were waiting on. He was waiting on us. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not that much slower.
But do you think it's like how if you were to? Because I'm too much of a perfectionist to like play with a bunch of random strangers by myself and like just be so embarrassed and insecure about like I don't want to be bad in front of other people.
Yeah. Either come with us sometime
Yeah.
and everyone will play their own ball, or go up to a course like Painted Hills. You'll be the only guy there. And
Really?
then you'll play with yourself. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's like one of the only courses in Kansas City that isn't like full all the time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Painted Hills.
Really easy.
Good. Yeah. Anyway, it was a fun time.
Man, I need to play golf sometime.
Yeah, get in on this, Timon.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Like there were a few different quotes. One of them, I mean, just from my father-in-law, it's wonderful to hear. Nice shot, Brad. Wow, great shot, Brad. You know, like multiple times he was very positive. And then David, the most positive guy in the world, he's like, there's no way this is your first time playing golf by yourself. I was
Yeah,
like,
isn't that funny?
It is. I don't know what to tell you. Because my drives were good. I had some good drives.
Nice.
They kept saying that height is good on drives. And I was like, I don't know. Are you sure? To me, like, there's like a, like
Like an optimum
point
like
of diminishing returns. Like if it goes too high, then it's not going to bounce very far.
Yeah, there's just like an ideal angle. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah. So I was like, I think I'm hitting them too high. They're like, no, that's good that you're hitting them high. I was like, okay. Anyway, fun times on the golf course.
when it comes to the backwards hat, that also might help you out if you start sweating pretty badly. Like when I was playing with Aaron tuning, it was so humid, so sweaty that his sweat from his head was dripping down the front of his hat onto his putter while I was putting. And so, yeah, that's a good time to turn your hat backwards.
Wow, that is really sweaty.
He was really sweaty.
He was walking probably. No.
He was not.
Oh boy, he's one of those.
But yeah, Timon, you need to golf.
I should.
Wait,
I
what's your-
know that I would be so bad, but like it'd be fun.
What's your previous sports experience?
Nothing like super organized ever, but like, some soccer with like homeschool group,
Mission trip soccer. We get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played
just
soccer in the
like-
Dominican with kids who didn't know English.
That's fun. Yes. Soccer is like the best, like just any like country, any culture, just like everyone can play soccer.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's a world's game.
Yeah, and then I guess just like other random basketball stuff like that, but never like a team.
Okay.
But,
well,
yeah.
golf's
And
gonna be
the
hard for
only-
you for a while.
Well,
I
golf's
know.
easy, so should be fine.
No,
Yeah,
it
but
is
no.
fun.
And then golfing, I've been to Top Golf once.
Okay.
And I was pretty bad, but it was fun.
Top
will-
golf is a great gateway
It really is.
into the sport.
Yeah.
It's what got me into it,
Yeah.
and I think it's what's kind of getting you into it.
For sure. Because, yeah, you get a lot of repetition. And if you fail, no one notices because you're 3 stories up. And so it still looks like it went kind of far.
And I mean, they have an Angry Birds game,
That's true.
which we're always
We
playing.
always play
We
that.
love Angry. I'll go anywhere that has an Angry Birds.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Anyway, it's fun. My father-in-law also gave me a lot of like little tips that helped.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's the guy to get tips from.
Yeah, he's the man. And it was one of those things where it's like, I think he's having fun with this, but also are we just like dragging him down? But he made it sound like he hadn't played in a while, so this was like good for him to get out.
Fun.
Go. So
Can we talk about one other thing from last week's episode? And it was that Timon just ran away with the s'mores somehow. Oh,
Yeah.
also, and when we recorded last week, I was like, oh, Brad wants s'mores. He picked the order. By the time we were done recording, I pulled ahead, and then like I stayed ahead.
oh yeah.
Did you notice? That
Oh, you
was
were talking
weird.
about like 2
Whoa.
weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Yeah. It was like,
Oh yeah,
Brad-
Jake won like pretty decidedly.
It was crazy, but when we recorded, it was
It was like I was winning by
little
5%
bit.
or something.
crazy.
And
how
then
that
all
can
of a
happen.
sudden you probably won by 10 or 15%.
Either way, got another winner on my belt. But yeah, last week, Timon, I mean, just ran away. Got like 80% of the vote.
I should look back at the stats, but I think ever since Timon started joining S'mores, I have lost more than I've won. Which I used to be pretty good on S'mores, and now, oh yeah, but Timon.
Timon, no offense.
No offense, Timon, but your picks were crap last week. It was guys you want on your team, and Jake and I are saying like these like really obscure like guy who got a beard in 7th grade,
Chris Tomlin.
and Timon's like someone who's really really smart, someone who's like good at things, someone who's like really funny that everyone likes. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're gonna pick those guys. So I'm officially declaring no more Mr. Nice Guy to Timon.
More Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. Guys. An Elton John song.
Okay, in my defense, Jake's aren't all that like.
No,
all that-
go ahead, read them.
Hey, tall,
Yeah,
6'2" or taller.
6'2" or taller.
drinks
Specific.
water, brings water bottle.
Brings
to
a
work.
water bottle to
I'm
work.
trying to make him sound
You're really, yeah.
knows his
Summer.
way around.
Okay, brings a water bottle to work is
Come
what
on.
Jake said. Timon's answer for that would have been like someone who's like super strong and fit and like can like lift a car probably. Someone who's like LeBron James probably like fit but also really fast and like athletic and
LeBron James who just drank water.
yeah and hydrated.
That'd be my pick.
Okay, and then the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, so how is that similar? Like how is that
Okay,
similar to
I
yours,
don't
Timon? I'm done being nice to Timon. Timon got a little berated for the horses pick, and I think we felt too bad.
The pendulum swung too far.
Yes, it's time to come back to the middle.
Okay, I guess we're comparing them to like yours, Brad. I loved yours. They were super creative.
Yeah, obviously the Chris Tomlin thing. If it's true, I mean, if Chris Tomlin's sitting here right now on our team, it'd be kind of distracting. It'd be like, stop. But
Don't you want to play a different song? No,
on.
just this one.
I figured people who loved the Passion Live worship albums in 2007 would have loved that pick.
Got some votes, but no.
No.
You got basically 0 votes.
I did 8%. I looked today and it said 8. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
right now it's sitting at Brad 9%, Jake 23%, and me 68%.
Sheesh, Timon, must be nice.
Shish.
All right,
Brad, I've had this in my notes for a while. I keep forgetting to ask you. What's new?
what's new? Dang it! Just got back from Texas.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, what's new with you?
My sister's about to move in with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I already told you. Brad told me a couple weeks ago off the podcast that he's really struggling. People ask him what's new and he doesn't know what to say.
Oh, we haven't talked about it on the podcast.
No.
Oh yeah.
I don't think so anyway.
For whatever reason, I just can't. I can't think of anything. Like it's like
Same-
a lot of
same
things
here.
are new.
I have that same problem.
What's new, Timon?
I just freeze.
No, what's new?
What's new?
I finally worked
what-
up the courage to do a gainer into our pool.
Oh!
Big
What's
gain.
it like throwing a
It's-
gainer?
It's pretty terrifying.
If you could do that, you can
It's-
golf.
You're you're putting a lot of trust in just like the momentum that you have. Like you really once you just like flung yourself off like the edge,
Yeah.
you're like I hope I'm.
You're very
got enough
vulnerable.
distance.
Hope I whipped it back.
Wow. Yeah.
But it's so fun.
That's a pretty new thing. I've always thought that running off the wall and off the tree and doing a little backflip cannot be that hard. But it's hard to how do you practice that?
Yeah,
It's hard to trust yourself.
My brother has been able to do that. I don't know if he still can.
Jesse.
Yeah.
Know his brother's name.
Nice.
No offense.
No offense, but I know his brother's name, and you probably didn't know that. So, met him one time.
Anyway, Brad just wanted me to start asking him what's new so we can get better at it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. What's new? Yeah, I hadn't been to the chiropractor in a long time. I took Beau the other day, and she's like, "What's new?" And I'm like, "What do I say? Like, do you care? Do you care about
How much of an answer do
do
you
you
want?
care about Grande Boo? Because I'm really excited about it, but I don't think you care. Like, what's new? How are the videos going? They're good.
Good.
Grande Boo's more important to me though right now. I'll be honest. Anyway, okay. 4th of July, golfing was fun. Wagyu beef burgers from Good Ranchers, fun. And yeah, culminated with a fireworks show at the house. Catherine's, lives on some acreage on some land. Oh, that reminds me of a story real quick. Hattie was playing. They have this little teepee in their backyard. She was playing with cousin Sloan Dog Millionaire.
Yeah.
And Catherine went and asked, or whatever, was talking to Hattie about it later. And Hattie's like, yeah, it's our new house. We moved down to the teepee because we wanted to live on some land. Like, you are so Catherine's daughter, living on some land. Like, who are you?
We wanted to just get off the grid a bit, provide for ourselves.
Right.
See if the crops take.
So we had a fireworks show, on some land. And before we did it, we went on a golf cart ride. And we had gone on a golf cart ride the day before, just me and my 3 kids. And it was so fun. It was a core memory for sure. Went for like an hour, just all around her neighborhood and stuff. And every time we'd pass a car, we'd wave to them. And a lot of times they'd be on their steering wheel and just give it like a 1 or 2 fingers. And
Fingos.
And Hattie's like, they don't really wave back. They just put up 1 finger. And so then whenever we would keep driving, we're like, hey, let's do it back to them. And so, we'd give 1 finger or something. And so then the next day we're on a golf cart ride again on like sunset, beautiful 4th of July. And I just look over at Beau as a car is going by and he's just like this, just 1 finger up. It's like not even like smiling, just like
One finger.
just pointing it up and just so cute. And yeah, they got to stay up really late for the fireworks. Beau and I were in the pool watching them.
It's pretty sweet.
We were both on our little noodles, watching. And he's like, oh, that's my favorite. Every single time it would come, oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. No, that's my favorite. Oh, that one's my favorite.
That's awesome.
And he's like, oh, that's so pretty. That's a really pretty one. Oh, I like that one. He was just very excitable. And then Hattie, I don't know if I told the story last year with camp and everything, but we went and she was freaking out about the fireworks. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And so I was like, surely she'll be better this year. I tried to convince her. I don't know if it's the sound or the lights, honestly. I think it might be a little bit of both. But she started getting freaked out right when they started. So she went inside. And I thought, oh, she'll be able to watch them inside. It's not that loud.
Yeah.
It's going for like 15 minutes. And then she opens up the door like sobbing and just goes, Daddy.
Oh.
And so, I take Beau out of the pool and go, I'm with Hattie. And we just went inside and I was like, she was freaking out. She's like, I tried to get to the farthest bathroom in the top of the house. Like, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for her. And I was like, okay, we're going to do something, but you can't tell anybody. It's a secret. And we went and got a little, like the tiniest scoop of ice cream. It's 9:00 at night. And she thought it was the most fun thing ever. We just had a little ice cream, Bluebell ice cream together in the kitchen.
Make a memory.
And the fireworks are going off. The lights are like, it's right there, but she's not freaking out anymore. But the whole time afterwards, she's like, wanted to tell everybody, but she's like, but I it's a secret and I can't tell. I can't tell Beau because it would hurt his feelings. But I had some Dr. Pepper float ice cream. So that was the coolest thing ever. So, that was a good memory. And then earlier on in the week, I also took her for ice cream again because I convinced her to, this is just so first child. Like Hattie's such an apprehensive girl. Like she finally was able to put her head completely underwater. And that was a big deal. And I was like, you should take your floaties off and do it. And she's like, okay. And then she would like jump off like one of the steps that's already in the pool into the water and do it. She was freaking out. I was like, you should jump from the ledge. And she goes, never in my life will I do that. And so like, I don't want to push it too quickly because I know that she's like, it's on her own timing. But then eventually like, an hour later, I said again, I was like, I'll give you ice cream. I'll take you out for ice cream if you jump off the ledge. She's like, okay. Did it.
Well, I'm not that scared.
She was sandbagging the whole time. Jumped off. We went to Dairy Queen. She'd never been there before. Wanted to sit on the same side of the booth as me. It was like a wonderful memory. She's like, I want to sit next to you, Dad.
That's awesome.
Okay. So
Rachel's dad loves Dairy Queen.
Dude, me too. Let's go, Steve. I really like it. I think it might be my favorite. There's all these other ones in town that are a little more like cool and like new, and like Andy's is like definitely like the hot spot right now. But take me to Dairy Queen, I'm happy every time. So anyway, and it was like an old Dairy Queen. It wasn't even like a cool looking.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
Yeah.
That's fun. I feel like we're going to have so much to talk about like a few years down the road when it comes to parenting, because Hattie sounds a lot like me.
Yep.
I feel it seems like there's a good chance that Rachel and I have a kid that's a lot like me and Hattie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you put up with this like apprehension or stubbornness or just like unwillingness to like do what you want her to do?
Right. It's a really interesting like balance, because I think sometimes Catherine's more patient, sometimes I'm more patient. Like with certain things, like there was one time kind of recently, like a month ago, she was writing a thank you note for her birthday for all the girls that came, and she would get so upset because her handwriting wasn't good enough, and so she wanted to start over again or something.
This is me.
And eventually I got too impatient. I was just like, you gotta do it. You just gotta use that one. You gotta use that one. That's it. That's the card you use. And she's like, but it's not good enough. I was like, Hattie, it's great. It's good. And like I didn't know what to say except for just like, you fine, you did it. And I don't remember what Catherine did to fix it, but she did something. She said something else and it worked. So it's just one of those like you balance each other out. And the other times she's like really frustrated. I'm like, okay, let me talk to Hattie about this. You know,
So I'm sure I'll be empathetic. Like, hey, I remember what it was like to screw up writing my K's and just lose it.
Yeah.
But it's also like, hey, I'm on the other side. I want you to see what it's like being on the other side. Like, don't be a perfectionist. It's awesome when you're not.
And you said sports was like a big thing for you.
That's what my dad claims.
Yeah.
Which he's a clinical psychologist, so he knows.
Yeah. I'm no clinical psychologist, but.
No offense.
Yeah.
No, yeah. He thinks that right when I started playing sports, it got better.
Makes sense. Like, and you can see like, okay, I'm not perfect at that, but somebody else can help me be better at this. Like, I don't have to make every basket. That guy can make the basket and we can still have success. Like, anyway.
Probably learn a lot. Timon, you missed out on that.
Yeah, Timon, good luck with your life. No offense, but
but you cannot get that time back.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's fun. I mean, the kids were fun. We just had a good, relaxing weekend of a lot of swimming, a lot of fun times in the pool, and some golf. What about you? You're in Iowa.
I will tell you all about my fourth, but really quickly, weren't you wanting to show me that like new robot dance and robot kind of like act that you wanted to do?
This is the Texas robot. Ready?
The Texas robot. Yeah. Well, and you had something to tell me about it too.
We love C3 Bros.
The robot looks like no robot I've ever seen. What am I looking at?
C3
That was great. Yeah, you guys can find inspiration, make cooking easy and delicious, and
Absolutely.
have everyone begging for seconds with C3 Bros. We've had a lot of people.
Please, sir, give me seconds.
That could be you
C3 Bros.
begging for seconds. Hey, does anyone want more? Does anyone want more?
I do. Because I love C3 Bros.
Wow. Okay. Uh-oh. Here it goes. He's stomping.
Need more C3.
See? Oh.
C3bros.com is the best website, and I know every website.
Code GRKC and get 10% off your order at C3 Bros. If you don't know what they are, they're seasoning packets.
They're the best, dude.
A lot of people on the Facebook group started to come around. Someone posted this morning or last night, I think, like, hey, just went crazy.
Trust.
A ton of them.
I'm so excited to watch people. It's one of those things where it's going to take a little bit of time for them to give their testimonials, because it's like they have to buy them and then start using them. And my gosh, once they use them, it's going to be an avalanche, baby.
Yeah.
Why did that make me so tired? Maybe just the. I am kind of holding my breath while I'm doing it for some reason.
But yeah, they're great. I mean, it's just buy the packets. It's going to make every meal just way more delicious. Your family's going to love it. If you live by yourself will love it.
I'll give you this. This is not, you don't have to be postpartum in order to use them. But we went and visited our friend Laura Fakes yesterday on the way home. She just had a baby like 5 days ago. She's like, I'm ordering some of these things because it's going to be a great way to make food quickly.
It's like a meal train that you signed up for yourself.
It's literally a meal train. So anyway,
So you don't have to be postpartum, but we'd prefer it.
I would say have some babies. Babies are good if you're married.
No offense if not.
No offense, but you should have babies. or not. Yeah. Anyway, just a great gift to anybody out there. Also just a wonderful gift to yourself. You will love them. You're going to come back for more. You're going to be begging for seconds of those seasoning packets. I'll tell you that right now.
Please, sir.
Please, sir. What would it sound like if I did the robot voice with the robot voice? Ready?
Go ahead.
No offense, Diamond, but this sounds exactly the same.
C3bros.com.
Check them out.
Link in description. Yeah. I celebrated the 4th of July a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday, first thing in the morning, filmed Correct Opinions, and then Rachel and I went straight from the studio up to Iowa, met up with the Coops in Des Moines, and took the boat out. It was so fun.
Oh,
Just from the
okay.
time we got there, we went straight to the lake, and we're on the boat until the sunset.
Nice.
And
Was that scary for you as a pale boy?
I do
You got a nice tan going on now.
I as the older I get, I think the more responsible I get, and the more I'm like, well, I know what it's like to get sunburned. I don't like getting sunburned.
No, I
can
know.
avoid this.
But don't you get scared? Like, I think I got enough on, but because so much of the time it's like you don't feel it until you get out of the sun.
Totally, because you're not hot when you're splashing around the water and
Yeah.
everything, and so I definitely feel that like golfing when it's like, okay, I had to have sweat all this off, or
Right.
like even in the pool, it's like there's no way sunscreen can still be on me.
Right.
So totally, I will say we didn't get there till 2 p.m.
Okay.
So UV index was 5 when the day started for
Okay.
me. I'm a big UV index guy.
Are you?
I mean, what better way to know how much
Yeah.
sunscreen you need? And so I have not done this in a while. All the skin people are not going to love this, but I just took my shirt off and went no sunscreen.
Okay.
It's like, this is one of the best chances I'm going to get rid of my farmer's tan. And so
Fun. Show it.
completely got rid of it.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Yep.
100%. Good job. Second time this episode. Can we go for a third?
Is there a third moment coming up where I can take my shirt off? Anyway, but it was really fun. We wake surfed, knee boarded, wakeboarded. They had a splash pad kind of thing.
Yeah, I love those.
This was like a heavier duty one. They said they just got this one. They're like, usually the splash pads, it's kind of in the water. It's kind of hard to stand on. This was like almost kind of solid, sat above the water the whole time, but still really fun. Still really slippery.
Believe it or not, the big man in me likes the more heavy duty splash pads.
Okay, you've played on this too.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to jump on, but also
Yeah.
like pretty firm. Like you could jump off of it too.
Yeah. The first one I ever experienced was like that. It was the Limleys. You guys, know the Limley family from Kanakuk?
No.
I don't know. They're awesome. There's like 10 of them, so they were all over camp. But yeah, they have a really nice house in Branson, and went there the day before we got engaged, or the day we got engaged.
Whoa.
Anyway, rode their jet skis, if you remember the jet ski story.
I love jet skis.
I know, it was awesome. But yeah, use that one, and then all of a sudden I go back to these other like flimsy ones, and I'm like submersed pretty much all the way in those things. So I'm like, well,
That sounds fun.
I can't even move in these things. They're just enveloping me. But so they had one. The Coops had one, or they had one.
The Coops have one.
Okay.
Yeah, and just spent all day on the boat with their entire family. Grandma was there, Tommy and Corey, Lucy. The baby was
Speedboat.
there.
What kind of boat?
Granddaddy.
Granddaddy. Yeah, speedboat.
Fun.
Good old ski boat.
Yeah.
So it was so fun. Did that. Drove up to Rachel's grandma's house, spent the night there. Next morning, woke up. The whole family golfed. There's 9 of us out there, however many it was. It was really fun. And then went back, played one game of Settlers, and then drove back to Kansas City.
Fun.
It was actually really fun driving back on the night of the 4th of July. First of all, not a lot of people on the road. Turns out pretty much everyone else has plans during the 4th of July. So there was no one on the road. And then also, worked out perfectly. We got to the town of Liberty right at like 10 p.m. and all these fireworks are going off from the road. It was pretty fun to see. Sometimes they'd be really close and kind of startle you a little bit because you didn't see it. It would come from behind. But it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And knowing that Derek lives there, I was like, one of these has got to be Derek.
Right.
I know one of them is Derek.
You know Derek's not like, I just kind of skimp out on the 4th of July. You know that guy's going hard.
He even told me, he's like, this is my holiday.
Yes.
It's like my mom is like Christmas, so-and-so is like Thanksgiving. He's like, this is mine.
Does
I
not
got to buy
surprise me.
fireworks. I know.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, that's kind of what we did in Branson last year. We just drove home as it got dark out because Hattie was like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
I'm scared of the fireworks. But in the car, it was awesome. It was like,
You can't
it was
really
just
hear
like
'em.
left and right. Yeah, you see them in the distance.
It's all
see
over
'em
the
up close.
horizon.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, we were playing like American song. We put on, America the Beautiful, Ray Charles, some
Yeah.
Lee Greenwood, Bruce Springsteen.
Sure. Those are basically the three.
Yeah.
Maybe James Brown living in America.
You had that one in your story. That was a good one.
But there needs to be a few more, because for 4th of July at camp, we would have a 4th of July playlist, and it was like, okay, we've done all the songs 15 times now.
Yeah, at a certain point, you have to go. It's not even really American. It's more just like either nostalgic or just like kind of classic rock. It's like, this is pretty close.
Classic
Sweet Home
rock,
Alabama
country,
is still
yeah.
like, yeah, that feels patriotic for some reason.
Right. But at camp, it's like you have to get everything approved.
Yeah.
You have to get them on the approved list. So it's like, well, you can't just throw down a little Leonard Skinner.
Oh, Piano Man.
Oh, I love Piano Man. I love, What other Leonard Skinner songs are there? 8 Days a Week. Hey Jude. Surfing USA.
Surfing USA.
They're big surfers.
Party in the USA.
Party in the USA.
He was a big
of course.
patriotic guy.
Yeah, it was Leonard. No. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Pink Floyd.
Yeah, it was Kansas. Oh, yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah. Carry On My Wayward Son. Leonard Skinner.
The only thing I didn't like about 4th of July, can I be honest with you?
Please.
Was people online complaining about America. Did you see that this year?
No.
I feel like it was just like more aggressive than normal. I don't have my phone, but let me try and find some of the things I saw. It was ridiculous. So, dang it, this would really be nice if I had my phone. Basically, just like, gosh, sorry. I feel like I saw so many people being like, wow, land of the free. Not the way I see it. You know, things like that. Just like, doesn't
bummer.
feel like land of the free to me, all this stuff. Like,
It's almost like liking America has become politicized.
yeah.
It's like
Having too much patriotism is almost like,
it's like
hey.
almost like if you put out the American flag, it's like, oh, we know who you voted for, and it's like, what? Just because I like America, like you're stereotyping everything about me, and maybe that's not true, but it seems like that sometimes.
Here's something I finally found. Far too many people in the United States have been brainwashed into believing that they are, in quotes, free. I would love for you to look a veteran in the eyes and say that. Talk to my grandpa and say, hey, I don't think I'm free. Can you imagine the response you would get if you didn't post that online? If you looked at someone who served overseas and said, I don't feel free in America.
Or somebody that's there right now.
There right now, they can't be with their family.
Or someone whose family, whose dad is there right now.
They're fighting for the freedom that you have to post negatively about your country.
Oh, that's
Crazy.
That's tough.
They were writing like, the truth, however, is the fact that the United States actually ranks 24th in personal freedom, which I was like, what? It's so subjective.
From who? Who's ranking them?
Yeah, well, it's just like ranking.
Nerdwallet.com?
We're 15th in creativity or something.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even rank the freedom and the creativity?
Yeah.
We're 9th in art. How do you know?
Yeah.
Like 24th in personal freedom. What does that even mean? Either way, I just think you don't love America. Go to the Bahamas. It's been 7 days with bugs in your bed.
Seriously, yes. Do it. Yeah.
Your only way out is to get on a crowded bus and go over flooded roads to an airport that is the size of my house, but the computers are down. You will love America by the end of that day.
But Bahamas is ranked like 16th in personal freedom. I think.
I couldn't find the source, but yeah, they're up there in personal freedom.
No, I did not see that. I mean, granted, I wasn't on my phone very much.
Yeah.
But like, that would I would probably have gotten off my phone at that point. I mean, like, okay, why are we being a bummer?
And it's not necessarily people that I follow saying this, but there are people that I follow who are like reposting some of this stuff.
Sure.
And so it's like,
That's
none of my
hard.
friends directly are saying stuff like this, but it's like,
It's a pretty extreme stance.
I don't
It's like, okay,
I don't believe in that.
I'm pretty sure we're free.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you're free to say that as much as you want. Say that every single day if you want to. No one's going to do
you can
anything
speak
about it.
negatively about your country every day.
Right.
And it'll be fine.
Oh, man.
So that was kind of a bummer.
That is a tough time.
But maybe you saw in my story with Southwest, I got A1.
Dude, how?
I paid for the thing you
Yes.
taught me, but still paid way after. The reason I paid for it is because I forgot to check in.
Yep.
Trey and I didn't have the same flight, not a companion pass. So I was C22. I was like, ooh, long flight home. I
Yeah.
want the window seat.
Yeah.
It happened so fast. Isaac and I went on a walk to Barnes & Noble.
Cute.
Kind of fun in Atlanta. We're walking. I'm like, I'm C22. I'm going to pay for this thing. You could do it on your phone with Apple Pay right there. I didn't have to go to the gate.
I didn't know that.
It happened so fast. Double click, bang, scan my face, A1. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm A1. I was so excited to I was going to take all these videos. First one on the plane. I had some, ideas. And then,
Did you almost miss it?
no.
Okay.
They sent the blind guy ahead of me.
Oh, sure.
I doubt he checked in before me.
Yeah. Right.
No way.
Right.
Gosh, I
Dang,
this big old stick going in there before me totally ruined the Instagram
Singing
story.
America the Beautiful from Sandlot. It's like, I didn't think you were still alive, man.
Hey, I bet your son, buddy's grandpappy. You're lucky.
Dang.
No, there was a lot of pre-boarders too. So
Which is like older people, like disabled.
wheelchair, certain families, because there's also family boarding. I don't know who got to go.
Family boarding is post A.
Yeah.
At least
But there were some families that got to go before.
I think if you like request it sometimes, yeah, you can or something. But those guys they don't get the good seats. Did you go exit row or did you go front row?
I wanted to go front row. I
Yeah.
thought that would be really fun.
Yeah.
But by the time there were 3 rows of pre-boarders, so I was sat in the 4th row.
They could take front row pre-board.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like pre-board, but you gotta.
Oh, I see.
You're not allowed to go exit row. You're not allowed to go front row.
No, first 3 rows were taken. So
Dude, whoever dumped on your Southwest thing, where they're like, yeah, but Southwest.
can you believe someone said
Get
that?
off of them! Stop it!
Yeah, some girl replied, "Bro, it's still Southwest."
What do you fly?
Yeah,
you know.
I got 80,000 points racked up. What about you, Mama?
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
I did see that recently. I was like, hot dang, I gotta start using these. That's fun.
Oh yeah.
You just
Where are you going this week? You know.
I don't know. Try to get Rachel a Southwest credit card because they're doing an offer right now, 60,000 points. And I might have been a little too honest about Rachel's income because she's not working right now. So it's like annual income, I don't know, $5,000. But I thought, okay. First of all,
did you put your name on there at all?
no. I was being honest, first of all.
Good. That's
Second
good.
of all, I thought a credit card company would be like, oh, we can make so much money off this person that like has like no income. I thought they would love to see.
How are they going to make money off of her though if she never pays her credit card?
Well, they would make money off of like
her
the
debt.
interest and the debt.
Yeah.
Is what I thought they would see it as. But I guess if you're a credit card company, maybe you think like, all right, they need to have a little bit of money.
I love it. Jake's like applying for credit cards. $1 a year. These people are going to love us.
This is how you get them. We're going to be first in line. We're going to be A1 for the credit card.
$5,000. It's like a high schooler with a part-time job.
Yeah, so we got this letter in the mail that Rachel had been rejected. I was like, dang it, we might have missed our chance here. So that was a bummer. Because, yeah, it didn't ask if you're married. It didn't ask, like, household income. It said, what is your name? What is your social? What is your annual income? So I just filled it out all for Rachel and
That's so
thought
funny.
I nailed
dude.
it.
That's so great.
Failed the ASVAB. So I got to figure something else out for her. Let us know what other credit card she should get, and I will
Go Chase.
do household income.
Chase
Well, that's
can-
what it'd be. Chase Southwest.
Oh, but you can do Chase Sapphire. You can do like a different one.
Ooh, Chase Sapphire, I've heard is nice.
That's what I have. I have both. Not trying to brag.
Holy crap.
I know.
Sounds like you make more than $5,000 a year.
Doing all right, brother. Not much more, and I got approved. So, oh man,
That reminds me of when you got pulled over. Like, do you have a substantial amount of money? You're like, I mean, I have $50.
yeah.
You're like, I'm just
back
being
in high
honest.
school,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh gosh, yeah. It's all depending on what you think it is, man. Yeah,
What context?
This didn't actually happen to me, but I thought it was going to happen to me. And so I put it in a stand-up set of like, that'd be kind of a funny thing. I had like maybe a month ago gone to McDonald's and got an ice cream cone. And then I passed a police officer going like 10 miles over. And I was like, oh, he's going to pull me over. And I was like, how funny of a stand-up bit would it be if it was like, yeah, I got pulled over while having an ice cream cone in my hand.
Yeah. Just,
Like, it's like,
you
A,
can't
it's
really set it
humiliating
down.
as a big man. Like, license and registration, it's like, yeah, what do you do with all
can
this
you hold
stuff?
it?
And like, do you lick it while he's like standing there, or is it gonna like drip?
It's
you know?
melting.
Yeah. Like, I just thought like that would be a pretty funny thing if I got pulled over with my ice cream cone.
That
Or do
is
you
a really
eat it
funny
really
story.
fast as the cop is pulling up?
What do you do?
Yeah, I was so convinced. I was like, oh, he's got me. I've got my cone in my hand.
That's a pretty funny premise. I like that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you just keep licking it.
It's just humiliating. Like an adult with an ice cream cone is kind of humiliating anyway. Like, because kids love ice cream cones, but how many adults get them? I do. I love them.
You could tell the whole story. You could set it up by talking about how, like, hey, life hack. If you ask for a tall ice cream cone at McDonald's, it's not on the menu, but they'll give you a tall ice cream
That's
cone.
great, yeah.
People, you make that funny, and then you add on to it, and like, I got pulled over with my tall ice cream cone. Yeah, that's funny.
That is good.
A lot of people ask after the show, hey, I thought Brad might be here. I didn't know.
Yeah.
They want you.
I know. I would love it. Someday we've had dreams of like it'd be fun to do shows together, which we're doing Grande Boo.
Yeah.
But transparently, it's just hard to justify going out on the road right now for me with kids and with a family and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I'm not really pursuing that right now.
I do have some conversations to have with you off the podcast about future
Let's
tourist
just
stuff.
mute it. Let's just mute real quick.
Okay, just real quick. I talked to Trey's agent.
Yes.
Marcus.
Oh, the one that wanted to pay me $1 million. Oh, sorry. The one that wanted to pay me $1 million a year. And I was like, I don't get out of bed from under $2 million. That one? No, I was kidding.
Talk to him. No, yeah.
That'd be
And
fun.
just like, it feels like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just in my head, but it feels like this is such a little thing to consider a data point. But when I walk out on stage, it seems like there's more of like an acknowledgement of who I am this tour than the last time.
I bet.
And I don't know if it's just because it's the same customers. Like, yeah, they bought a ticket in Atlanta last year. They're here in Atlanta this year.
Yeah.
It's probably that a little bit. But even just the interactions I have after the show, it feels like just Jean Shorts has grown more. Like our image and likeness and brand has grown over the last year and a half. And so it just feels like we have something more than what we used to.
That's cool.
I don't know if we go on tour with it.
Yeah.
But maybe we go to like 4 cities.
That was kind of our thought originally this year.
Yeah.
Was like, we should do this. And then we didn't. But that would be fun. Yeah. I like all those things.
So,
We'll talk
yeah.
about it off the pod.
Yeah, it's a funny thing
With
to
Timon
like.
not here.
Yeah, I think we can go on tour because when they say "Give it up for Jake Triplett," they like applaud louder than I think they used to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
I'm sure it's a little bit of DJ Michael pumping him up.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a little bit of you, gaining popularity in all the different things. A little bit of, the recurring, I know Jake Triplett now.
yeah,
A little bit of just Southern kindness.
Southern charm.
Yeah. All right, Jake Triplett. All right.
All right, I remember him. My granddaddy showed me his videos.
Yeah. Roll Tide. All right. I have a quick shout out. Kaylee Smith, did you see her post on the Instagram? On the Facebook group with me introducing her at camp?
That was the coolest post.
I could not believe.
You commented like, "Well, that's not what I expected to see when I opened up Facebook."
And the fact that she held on to that, she had that video for 3 years now.
How long has she had this?
Watch this.
Yeah,
She's going to release this footage.
that was so cool.
Oh, yeah. It was wild. It was like, what a time to be alive. So shout out to her. That made my week for sure.
It's awesome.
Way better than Hattie going underwater. How hard is that? Gravity.
Should we do our reviews of the week?
I would love to do my review of the week first because I don't know which one you're doing. And so I'm going to steal it if you.
Okay.
Mine's from Julie K10.
No, that was actually what I was gonna do.
5 stars, says the best, period. As a Canadian listener, shout out to Canada. We've got some great Canadian listeners out there.
People are so unhappy that I'm gonna miss the Canada shows because of my sister's wedding, but I'm sorry.
So many people are like, oh yeah, we can't get there because we're Canadian. We can't get across the border for whatever, fill in the blank. But at least Jake's coming to the Canada shows. Whoops.
It is bummer time because it's not just like a normal show. It's like this huge comedy festival. Like all these huge comedians would be there. It'd be so fun to get to meet some of the biggest comedians in the world.
And just to watch them live do their thing and like compare. Yeah. She's going to live with you. Do you really need to go to her wedding?
What if I gave like a little rehearsal on her speech?
Yeah.
She's going to bed one night. And, say,
And
"All
don't say like what you're doing beforehand. Just outside her room.
right, start talking. And then when I'm done. So here's to Kaylin and Braden.
Right.
Good night.
Like the door shut. I've known Caitlin for 31 years.
I remember when she first introduced me to Braden.
I thought, this guy's, no offense, but this guy's not good enough for my sister.
I always said he's got to be good enough for my sister if he has all 10 fingers.
Wait. He doesn't have all 10 fingers, Timon. That's the joke.
Timon only has 9 fingers. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll learn, Timon. You'll learn.
I'll get there.
All right, you want to read freaking Julie K's review, and now you have to find another one?
As a Canadian listener, I found the Ghostrunners pod during the peak of COVID restrictions, which was a pretty dark time in Ontario. I quickly became a huge fan of Jake and Brad and love being able to join in this growing community and space where like-minded individuals can enjoy some lighthearted fun. I've since shared the pod with my cousin, and we often find ourselves laughing about recent episodes when sharing mediocre life updates or catching each other up on what's currently trending for us. It's so fun to watch you guys grow as you find or grow your following. You're an encouragement to all of us. Julie. Thanks, Julie. My sister's name is Julie. I like Julie's.
Thanks, Jules.
Julia Gulia.
Gulia. Mine's from Lauren Hodson. Have we done that one before?
Not so far.
She says, I've been a silent listener for a few years now, but I've got to write a review. This podcast is amazing, and I look forward to it every week. I feel like I'm hanging out with friends, even though I've never met either of you. Jake and Brad, you've created a wonderful community, and I'm very happy I found the podcast. Thanks for bringing me laughter every week.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren Hodson. That was a 5-star review,
Good.
by the way.
We prefer those.
Please do.
If you have 1-star reviews, take them and do something else with them.
Get him out of here.
Put them into your fireworks canister and blow them up.
Brad, how would you like to end this episode?
Malachi's bringing it again. Malachi brought a jingle last week. Everyone loved it. Todd, my friend Todd, was like, dude, I love listening to your jingles, but honestly, I like listening to that thing more. I was like, thanks for being honest, Todd.
All right.
No
offense.
I borrowed a tool from him. I'm not giving it back. Let's just put it that way.
Sorry, Toddy.
No, but Malachi brought another one. It's a Wednesday themed jingle, but we don't do jingles on Wednesday, so we're going to do it on Monday to encourage you to listen on Wednesday.
Wednesday's going to be fun. We're doing some fun voice memos. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
That's it. We're just going to do voice memos, and Tymon's prepared a extemporaneous speech. So should be fun. Shout out to Malachi. Shout out to all of our listeners. It's amazing how many people have already bought tickets to Grande Boo, but there are tickets left.
Yeah.
Go buy them. Please come to Kansas City. We're going to have fun. It's going to be zoppity. I'm going to be so tired at the end of it in the best way possible. It's just going to be a marathon, a Ghostrunners marathon. We're going to run everywhere we go.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. So
August.
That's a joke for anybody who doesn't get sarcasm. So come even if you're not a runner. I'm a runner. I like to run places.
Okay, so that's this week's episode. Go check out our sponsors. Get some Roback. Buy a ticket to the Grande Boo.
We're available on Cameo. We haven't gotten many cameos lately, which is fine, but they are really fun for us to do. We never know what we're going to do before. I mean, it's like, hey, it's her birthday. Let's do something for her birthday. And some of our funniest, like, 2-minute long bits are from Cameo. So
I met a guy at the Charlotte show, I think, who was just like, you just did a cameo for me. And I was like, oh, was it the one in the studio? Because I kind of remembered it. He was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I remember that one. And he was like, yeah, we got our money's worth on that one. Because I think we went for a really long time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's honestly, if you just want some entertainment in your life, I think you can watch a lot of the cameos we've done. People I think
they are public.
Yeah, you can choose whether or not you want them to be public, and so probably half of them on there. If you want to go watch them, check them out.
Yeah.
So anyway, love you guys. Thanks for watching, listening, supporting. See you in August. Grande Boo.
See you then. Enjoy Malachi.
What up, Jake, Brad, Timon, and the Ghosty Gang? Monday was not sufficient, so Wednesday was added to the schedule. Wednesday remix! Ghostrunners on your feet. Wednesday remix. Pa got me laughing so hard I got a stitch. Z88 flow, safe for the kids. You need a new fave pod, homie, this is it. Jake and Brad ain't average, but they comedians. String bean trying to be lean, watch what you're feeding him. Okay, pause. Timing, no bring timing. Cause that boy vibing, what you expect? Pod on the rise, cause the guardian lies with the squad of the guys like Isaac. This that dub nation, minus the Steph. I'm laughing so hard, I'm running out of girls in the pod, we like it a lot. Everyone in agreement, give a head nod. Got Kat and Brad, got Jay and Ray. Everybody please say that we need that quad. Okay, timing like the smell of horses. Stop making fun of him, that is what his small is. It's important, join a Facebook group so you can know what the top O is. Ghostrunners on your feet. Wednesday remix. Started from scratch, now they cooking in the kitchen. Started from scratch, now we got that itch. Wednesday is coming, we need a fix. If you wanna share those jokes and memes, if you wanna share your hopes and dreams, if you wanna share a prayer request, better join the Facebook group, they're the best. Our spirits are lifted, these boys are so gifted, they really just bring us some joy. They real as it gets, they got no regrets, they real with no decoy. Brad don't know between Coke and Pepsi, but this pod bring hope and blessing. Ghostrunners on your feet, Wednesday remix. Go see in my DNA like a helix. Always building up, fix it Felix. In the podcast draft, you my first pick.